Evening all, 6 o'clock, brand new one-day special, great launch for you here, and I'm surrounded by some beautiful, fantastic fabrics, all absolutely gorgeous. Lots of fabric for you to choose from, which is absolutely brilliant, because the more there is, the more choice you have, then who knows where your projects will lead you, of course. We've got so many options. Nice and simple, though, for you. They're all in the same item code, but we will bring you all of those. But whichever option you're going to go for, you're going to be getting 10 half meters of all those different variables that we've got for you, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So 8 options in total, all in the same item code, with all a fantastic saving of £25 saving, bringing them right the way down to just $39.95. So we will go through all those options, but to tell us more about what we have in front of us and more inspiration and fantastic offers on the show, we had the lovely Hayley Smith, who is right over the other side of this part of the set that we can have. We are honestly, it's like we are proper neighbours now.
Yes, we've created a little wall between us as well now, a wall of fabric.
Yes.
And it keeps just peeping through it like a nosy neighbour.
Yes, yeah, but you didn't tell me to go away.
Yes.
So I was going to come around and ask you for a cup of sugar.
You're not getting any. Go away.
Go on your way with you, sir.
Do some numbers.
Do some numbers. You shout that out and I would do them for you. I would do them for you. So shall I start off then, Hayley, by just going through all the options so people can see them as well, which is lovely.
The first kind of 4 that we've got are brand spanking new fabrics. And then what we've done is to accentuate the blender bundles, we've brought back some of your kind of favourite options in these as well, because I know these are a popular one. So the first 2 that you've got there are from the brush strokes range, and you have a kind of really nice neutral bundle, which will go with absolutely anything. And then you've got the brighter bundle, which I'm busy putting into a little rainbow right here. Yes.
Oh, well, look, shall I show a couple of these? I show some of the neutrals first, Hayley,
and
give you a little idea. But these are, I tell you what, the pattern is rich. It's a really beautiful soft pattern, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very soft pattern. It's deceptive though, because when you start looking at the salvages, you'll see there's actually quite a lot of colours within there. You're getting all 10 within the bundle, so you're getting 5 metres in total, and that's 10 half metres. So you're getting a half metre of each one that you see here. And this is the neutrals option. Really nice kind of things that will go with anything. Yeah. Things that will go with absolutely anything. So you've got your browns, your greys, your taupes, right through into your golds and your creams as well in this bundle. They are beautiful. They've got almost like when you sort of catch the whispers over these, it's almost like a bit of a crushed velvet kind of look when it's sort of the light catches some things. I know what you mean. Gorgeous. I mean, they are beautiful. Now, it's working out just under £4 per half metre. These are remember, this is quilting quality cotton. And if you have a look at those salvages, although they look quite plain, there's actually 4 or 5 colours in each of these. Yeah. So you're getting, for £8 a metre for quilting cotton. Well, shall I work? This is the brush strokes. These are the sort of the brighter that we've got for you here. But again, so these are the much brighter ones. So you could see this one maybe using it as a tropical background, adding some parrots and things in there, and you've got an instant background with that, because it almost looks like leaves rather than brush strokes in that one. Wow, I tell you what, that is bright and beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, the yellow is really striking, and you've got a couple of different yellows in there. You've got a yellow, and then you've got a kind of mid one, that one there. This is like, almost like peachy Melba kind of things has got in there. Yeah, sort of like somewhere in between the 2. It's kind of got a yellowy orange feel to it, more like an ochre kind of colour. Yes. And then you've got another orange one, which is more like a terracotta-y brick one. Oh, that's nice. So you can use all those 3 together beautifully. And there's loads more colours still in there. So this one's your brights option, and this one, I think, if you're kind of art quilting or just looking for one to go with another project, then this is perfect. They are stunning. Again, you've got the softer greens to sort of work with them as well. Again, I suppose, but they've got those really lovely brights. Oh, that's lovely. Look at that one. And because they've got that kind of mottled effect to them, it means that if you are looking to match with a fabric that you don't particularly have a really good match for, these will work quite well, because they've got that kind of broken background to them, and you're not trying to match with a solid colour. So if you can't get a perfect match, something like this is a great alternative. Oh, that's good, that's good. Yeah, really lovely. So they're our first 2 that we're looking at, neutral here, and we've also got the bright of the brushstrokes. They are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. OK, then we've got the floral Vineyard options. Now, this is nice and simple. Floral, you've got either lights or you've got the darks to work with. So let's start off with the lights as well. And again, what sort of words can we give to these? Because they are
beautiful.
I think these have got a really vintage kind of 40s
very
feel
beautiful.
to them. Very kind of classic. They're kind of just a 2-colour print. They're a really simple 2-colour print. But what you've got within these is you could absolutely work all of these together into one quilt.
Yeah.
Because it's the same pattern, and you could just pick and choose maybe a couple of colours like you've done there, or you could put the whole lot into it. You've got a lovely range in each of these, and you've got the lighter option there, which is all of your nice soft greys, your peaches, your purples, your kind of lavendery colours, and your greys, and all your nice soft colours. And then there is a second option, which you could absolutely go for both of these, because in the darker option, there's a lot of kind of the opposites.
Shall I show some of those
that
as
you
well?
see in there.
I'll tell you what, I want a shirt made out of some of these as well, because these are, I love these.
Yeah, so these are absolutely beautiful, and they're an absolute kind of classic, so they will go with so many things, but they have that real kind of vintage 40s feel to them.
I tell you, I think I'm going to be. I will desperately try and throughout the course of the hour show each one of these as we go through, because they are absolutely gorgeous, really lovely. I mean, like you say, the images on them. Yeah, I really think they are gorgeous colours. Just when you think you found right, okay, I don't know how that can look in any different in another one of those. Another one comes out and you go, oh, that. But like you say, they all complement pretty much right across the board. Let's just get these three.
And that's why they're quite nice bundles, because if you're looking to kind of quilt as a whole, everything's there and you can just go for it. But if you are looking to maybe just take 4 or 5 out to put in a quilt and then use the rest in other projects, you absolutely can do that as well. It's entirely up to you how you use them. Really,
really gorgeous, gorgeous pieces to go for, I think, one of these ones. Don't forget, this is also available in Flexi, so you can actually go for 2 payments if you want to, for under £20 on those 2 payments, which is absolutely phenomenal, but really, really gorgeous, stunning. I'm loving those. So we've got the light and we've got the darker options to work with. Again, really, really busy, basically, I think you're going to see. But if you're still not sure, don't worry. We've got even more to share with you now as we go through. And now, actually, we're going to get again to fantastic colours as well. So let's go with the, I think these we got the Mottled Florals.
This one's the Mottled Floral, because
there's
2 different ones in here. And again, this is one where it looks quite simple pattern, but the more you look at it, the more you'll see in it, because you've got that nice kind of mottled background, which is great for what we said before. If you can't get a perfect match on a fabric, having that kind of broken background will help you to match with some of those more difficult fabrics. And then on top of that, you've got a print on the top. Now, the print on the top is both a lighter print and a darker print, because you can see in some areas you've got like brighter blue little flowers coming through, lighter ones, and then in some areas you've got the darker ones. So it's actually a very clever print technique that they've used on there.
I'm just trying to show a couple of the blues next to so you can sort of see the difference, because we are getting almost like a turquoise from those, then you've got more of a sky blues.
I mean, you can step your way kind of all the way through the colours in there, and there's about 5 or 6 colours in each of those prints. It's a very the greys are perfect. I mean, the grey's brilliant. All those neutral tones, which will go with anything, unless you've got a specific project in mind, then I would save those ones for something, because they will go with so many things. Yeah, no, they are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let's move down. So this is Dipsy Floral that we've got. These are much almost like a smaller prints that we can see, and again, I hope you'll see those close up. But much more beautiful, well, really smaller prints that's going through on these, aren't they? Lovely detail, though, Hayley, really beautiful. Yeah, really, really beautiful, and a nice small print. So think about your bindings, your edgings, all of those kind of fiddlier bits, where you still want some detail and you still want some pattern, but you don't want something so large of a pattern that you're going to lose it when you cut it into those smaller bits. So it's a really handy one for those kind of little fiddlier bits. Let me show. They're so vivid. I mean, the colours. Look at that for Brighton. I mean, that stands out. Blimey, look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Really, really stunning. Let me show you again a couple more of the options as we go down through these. But I think whichever, you're going to be spoilt for choice on these. And it really comes down to, I think, well, like your personal preference. So maybe if you've got a project in mind that you're thinking, because if you are wanting colour, you've certainly got a huge amount. I do forgive me for leaning across again, just trying to show some of the difference in comparison that you can see to each other on these. But they are absolutely beautiful. And let's just put that right down the centre again, so you can sort of see how these. Yeah, I mean, you could literally chuck them on the floor and then pick any 3 that land together.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a really nice
You
match.
could.
And it's going to work because the pattern's the same on them. I don't recommend just chucking them on the floor. I would maybe do something a little bit more creative with them. But you could literally put them on the basket, pick any 3, and you'd get a beautiful match with these.
That is good. I mean, they
That
look
kind of goes for all of them, really. All of these blender ones, you could do that with any of these blender bundles. You could literally put your hand in and pick any 3 out and make a project with them.
Do you know what? I mean, I know we got the black on here, but when you find that sort of detail in there, it's got a very luxurious feel about these, like a real premium that you're finding with these. I think these are stunning, really beautiful. Okay, so I've got one more final 2 sets. We've got the batik dots to show you here.
Soft pastel colours, and the batik dots, and the next one, which is the batik floral. These go really well together as well, because as you can see there, they're exactly the same colour palette. So it's a really nice, if you're going to go for 2 sets together, this is a nice way to work them, because you'll get kind of partner patterns and partner colours with them.
Show a couple of them.
So these, all your nice soft colours, that soft batik background, which then, again, for colour matching, when you can't get that precise colour match, it's a really nice option to have.
Yeah, I got you. In fact, if we just put a couple of those sort of similar kind of colours together, you'll notice again. Let's just take one from there and down. It's slightly lighter, and they've got another lighter one in there as well. Yeah, there we go as well. So we've got the 3 different, again, that from the second of the options as well. That's batik floral. These are the dots that you see. But they are really going to work together, aren't they?
Yeah, you can see that those 2 of the 2 darker blues, I'm not going to go for left and right because I always get it mixed up, but they're exactly the same colour background, and you've just got that different print on the top, which means they're really easy to bundle together with something.
Really beautiful. So plenty to wet your lips and to consider having in your collection. 8 collections or options for you to choose from. So plenty in there. So you're getting 10 half meters, of course, or those 215611. So it is nice to know that they're the same item code, but when you drop down, you'll get all the different options that come in front of you, of course, on the website. If you want to go for the split of the cost of that one, $19.98 is what you're looking at for your first of your 2 flexi buys, of course, for those. But you have got that one-day special saving of £25, which is a huge amount when you think of all those. And again, right, so the Floral Vineyard Dark, which is the one that you're seeing there, right, a quarter of the stock of that has already gone. We've got an early leader, so again, if that was one of them was on your radar, please make sure that you don't hesitate to participate and get that into your basket ASAP, just so that you don't miss out. I'd hate for you to set your heart on that, and then someone else has already set their heart on it and it's gone. I've also got a couple of offers for you as well for this hour only, some happy hour deals for you. Now, the first one I've got here for you, there's 2 options for you as well. It's basically nice and simple. Do you want to go for the green or the pink? Green or pink. Now, there's a £7 saving on these. Usual price a penny off of £18. $10.99 right now that you're looking at here. These are 100% cotton. Oh, you don't want to see the article code there, do you? You're looking at 100% cotton, 2.5 inches wide. We are looking at here, and you've got those options of 20 pieces with your green or with your pink to go for. There is a happy hour deal, so that offer is only for until 7 o'clock. 608663. And I've also got for you the Heritage Floral, just the 1 options on these ones for you if you'd like to take advantage. Brilliant offer here, $14.99. So there's again 2.5 inch by 42 inches wide, $14.99 for those 20 pieces in total that we're looking at there. 801728. All for you again, and it's another happy hour deal. Prices will go back up again at 7 p.m. Of course, please, the website. When you get shows like this, where there are so many options, the best friend is the website, because, again, it's a struggle for us to try and show every single one of those in the hour that we have. Of course, we have another show again at 8, Hayley and myself, and we'll always do the best to show as many as we can live, but if you can make your way to the website, click through all those options and you'll see them all there. There's plenty of others as well. Look at all those lovely 5-star reviews that you can see, which is absolutely brilliant. Loads and loads and loads. In fact, one of the happy hour deals has got a 5-star review next to that as well. Do take advantage. All the W's.hochanda.com. Right, now we're going to the other side of my lovely neighbour. Hayley, noisy neighbour Hayley.
Noisy?
No, that's, I've got soundproof as well. Look, I put that up. What have you got there on display? I'll do numbers.
OK, you do the numbers.
And what do we have for 382-507, where we got 7.5 metres?
Yes, so this is the Wildflower collection. Now, they've done this before as a quilt pack, and this is, usually they bring you 5 of the full collection. This is the purple yellow option that I've got here. And what you've actually got is you've got all 7 in here. So you've got the feature fabric that has most of the elements on there. So you've got all of your different flowers on there, your pansies, is it a narcissus that's like a daffodil? Nosy neighbour, Scott.
Is it?
Is it? I'm asking you.
I'll ask the other neighbour. You
Okay.
carry on.
Oh, see who's on the other side.
It's Paola next door. I'll check with Paola.
Check with Paola. So you've got your daisies, you've got all your fantastic flowers on there, and then all of those designs will be repeated through the other patterns that you've got. So you're getting a ½ metre of each. And I did check with this. I rang them up and said, are they getting kind of an inspiration pattern to go with it? And yes, you are. You're getting, I don't think the actual amount of fabric is the same amount that you need for the quilt. It is slightly different, but the block is exactly the same. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to cut all your bits up, make the blocks, and either move the fabrics around, or you can maybe add a plain in to get it to go even further. So you're getting your 7 different colours in there, and there are 7 different patterns within there, sorry, and there are 3 different colourways. So the one that we've got on the counter here, this is the purple and the yellow one, and then I have the teal and navy.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Nice.
It's nice, very nice. And then the last one, I'm going to have to put this one down first because I'm not confident of holding them both up at the same time. Then this one, there you go.
Ooh.
This one is the pink option as well. So you've got 3 different, pink and cream, sorry. So you've got pink and cream. You've got, I'll give it a go. Let's be brave.
Go on.
There we go. Teal and navy.
Lovely.
And then purple and yellow.
I'm off. My work here is done.
No, you have to read my numbers out. Can you read the numbers out?
I can
please?
do.
Thanks.
So all for those that you saw beautifully demonstrated there by the gorgeous Hayley, 382-507 for that complete mega bundle, 7 of your ½ metres that you're looking at, purple, yellow, pink and cream, teal and navy, and all that for £37.46. There's a £15 saving on those for your options. Loving that. That is gorgeous.
That's just over £5 a metre. There.
Yeah.
Nosy neighbour.
Yeah.
They haven't really factored in that we're both quite small, have they?
No.
When they've built this wall.
On tiptoes, looking over the top. I'm used to it over the fence.
Oh, there's a lot of over the fence action, isn't there?
Moving on.
Moving on. So this is
Lovely neighbours.
your meadow quilting bundle, and you're getting 4 pieces in here. So you're getting, again, your big feature fabric with all of those little details in, like the little bees, the daisies, the little floral sprigs are all within that feature fabric. And then you see all those elements repeated within the other ones, because there's your bees, there's your big flowers, and there are your kind of little sprigs that you can see within there as well. So there are 3 different colour options in this one. So this is your first one, this is your red green, and then I have the blue one.
Oh, she's good.
And the last one has got my purple in it as well. So this one on the top, this is blue purple, this one is blue yellow, and then that one is red green. 101451 is your item code. Brilliant deal on this one, actually. Only $23.99. Really love those. I think that's a gorgeous set of those fabrics together. I thought we did well there.
Yeah, you did do well.
No, between us,
yeah.
It was seamless.
Do you see
until
the
I
right
did
bits
that.
like the new Anton deck?
Yes. Oh, there you go.
There, what do you reckon?
I think, yeah, do it.
Well, let's go for it. No, I'm liking that. Go, Ant.
How come I'm Ant? You've got the forehead.
That's the nicest thing you've ever actually said. You called it a forehead, not baldy. Bless you.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah,
I
you've
love
got the
you.
forehead.
I love my neighbours.
Okay. So these are the lacquered print ones. They're actually, I would class them as a paste print because it's a white print on a coloured background. That's something that's quite unusual and quite unique to Fabric Freedom. They do a lot of this, and it's really good as a blender. Now, from the shot that we've got there, you kind of can't see a huge amount. You can just see there is a pattern on a light grey background. But the closer you get in, the more detail you see on these. And these are fantastic for, again, your bindings, your edgings, all of those nice bits where you want a little bit something a little bit more than just a plain fabric.
Yeah,
You just want that little bit extra.
Right.
And these are absolutely perfect for that. So we have 4 different colour options in these. The patterns do vary slightly throughout them. So that one you've just seen is the grey. Then there's a gold option next. Oh, it's calling it beige. Okay, it's kind of goldy beige.
Yeah.
It's goldy beige.
We call it gauge.
Okay, there's gauge option. Let's just call it beige what it says on there, because otherwise we'll confuse people and then they'll tell us off. And...
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Before you know it, Yanis will be getting loads of complaints, and we don't want that again. Keep getting mistaken.
Do you get mixed up? Do you?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, between
it's
me,
like twins.
The shouting out. 1 minute they're calling me Yanis, next minute they're calling me Ant.
You know the 80s movie Twins?
Yeah.
That's what kind of twins you like. So there's 2 other colour options. I'm very mean today. They look the same from here, I'm not going to lie. But on the screen, they hopefully will we'll get it so it's a little bit clearer. So this side here, this is your bright white option. So you've got a white on white there. And then that one there, that's got a little bit more of a cream to it as well. So you've got lots of different options in this. And they're a lovely kind of, not too busy option for things, because sometimes you don't want a really busy pattern. Sometimes you do want something that's a little bit more subtle, and these are perfect for that.
But just something that breaks it up.
Pull them off before everything falls over.
They are lovely. So 4 options to go for there: 0, 5, 5, 5, 3, 8.
So
white, grey, cream, beige.
Oh, I've gone the other way. Grey, beige, cream, white. There you go.
Cream's in the lead.
There you go. Who knew?
Cream's in the lead.
Who knew?
$19.99 for all of those 5 of your half metres to work with. Beautifully demonstrated by my neighbour. Don't forget our happy hour. Really busy. Now, the green option has actually now gone limited. So it's got a huge, huge saving. So we've got actually £7 off of this one, so it's down to $10.99. So that really is a great offer for you. 608663. The green is in the lead, but the pink, isn't it? Yeah, not far behind. We don't have in the studio to show. The teddy bear one. I want to see the teddy bear in the studio. You can go for bright or pastels. $19.99. So it's a brilliant. So look at that, third off that, £10 saving. 143226. 40 of your 2.5 inch we're looking at there inside. Brights or pastel to choose from, which are beautiful. Right, it's across. I wish we weren't real neighbours. Do you know what? I want a whole row. I want you to be my neighbour. I want John next door, the other side as well, obviously, because I remember who he was, because that'd be lovely. Paola, not far off as well.
Right. So what you want to make is like a whole little street.
Ooh.
A whole little street.
Can you imagine that?
With all of us on it.
Yes. Be a street party, wouldn't it? Honestly. Lights would always be on.
We'd have to get some of those gin people to be next door as well.
I'm liking this. Very quickly, just wanted to let you know. Now, this is the Vineyard Darks. Almost half the stock has now been allocated, only 23 minutes into the brand new one-day special. So almost half the stock there of the Vintage Dark has now already been allocated. I mean, to be honest, I fall in love with all of them. And I always say, and this is nothing to say with the cameras, nothing to go direct or anything like that, the screen never does the fabrics justice. It's a lot with a lot of the materials you see on the show, but I'm hoping you get the vividness, but the patterns and the detail are absolutely luxurious and beautiful. So please don't miss out on your one-day special savings. Right, lovely Hayley, how are we doing? You're in the demo area. You've got some pieces all cut out.
I am. I've got some pieces. I swiftly cut these up. Where am I going? This one's going here. This one's going here. This one's going here. So what we've got is we've got some templates on the show as well. So I've cut a 4-inch square. Where is my 4-inch square gone? Here it is. 4-inch square of just 3 of the colours out of the brushstrokes. It's the brighter version because there's 2 different brushstroke versions. And we've got some fantastic templates. We brought the 10-inch one last time because we thought, it's quite useful to have set size squares to be able to use for templates for things. I'll turn it the right way up so you can see the writing on it. But what we did was we actually just made a stack of them. So we made a 6-inch, we made an 8-inch and a 10-inch that all go together because every time when you sew blocks together, there's always that element when you get to the end where you need to use your rotary cutter and just trim them off straight again.
Okay.
And you're always using your ruler and moving it and using your ruler and moving it. So I was like, well, why don't we just make a square that's the right size?
It makes sense to me.
Cut around that. So we did. We made a 10-inch square, so you could have 10, 8, 6 and 4. That would give you a kind of a 9.5-inch finished block because you've got your 1/4 inch to come off either side. So what we thought as well was, well, we've got our 10-inch block. Let's put with it a 1/4 inch strip of Perspex so that if you wanted to make it a little bit bigger, you could. Or if you've got a piece of fabric and you wanted to add a 1/4 inch seam allowance on and mark it so when you sew it, you're sewing in a straight line,
okay,
we put a 1/4 inch piece in. But then we thought, what if you want different sizes?
Did a lot of thinking.
I do a lot of thinking. Don't do a lot of sleeping. More thinking than sleeping. So then we made a 9-inch one. Now they will all become clear like the one that you've got there. These have still got their protective film on, and this is how they'll come to you with their protective film on. And lovely Steve-O just puts a bit of tape on the back to hold everything in place in transit for you. So we did a 9-inch one, and with that one we've put a 1/2 inch seam gauge. And then we've got a 9.5-inch one. So the 9.5-inch one, once you've sewn it together, obviously you're going to lose a 1/4 inch off this end and a 1/4 inch off that end. So you'll end up with a 9-inch finished block.
Right.
And this one comes with a 3/8. So if you've got edges of triangles that you're cutting out and you're sewing together, 3/8 is often better than a 1/4 inch because you've got a little bit of sometimes slippage because you're cutting on the bias with the triangles.
Okay.
So a 3/8 inch is really useful for that. So we put a 3/8 inch in with that one. And then we made a 10.5-inch one because obviously you're going to use again 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. That'll give you a 10-inch finished block. And all of these have got ones on the inside. So you've got your 8.5, 6.5, 4.5 as well. And this one, we put a 5/8 inch width. Now 5/8 of an inch, that's your dressmaking seam allowance.
Oh, I see.
So you've got kind of all of your rulers and all of your tools. Now you can get them separately, as you can see on the screen there, and then we have done a big bundle of them all together as well.
Wow, that's an awful lot there.
There's a lot of tools.
We'll bring up the details of all of them as you can go through in this set, by the way. If you do go for all of them, there was a £10 saving on there for the whole lot. But like you say, you're pretty much covered right across the board on all of those options. So that's 791,530 with that £10 saving. You can, of course, go on your FlexiBuy, so 2 payments of just £24.98. But that sounds like you can tell when a tool's been made for people that know what they're talking about, because like some of those things like with the 1/4 inch seam allowance and things like that, just having those little extra pieces in there so you know what makes it easy to work with.
Yeah, because
great.
I mean, I've always been, I'm very nervous of rotary cutters because I've cut myself too many times because I don't pay attention and I just go.
Right.
So I tend to draw around them and cut them out. But you can absolutely use them with rotary cutters or you can use them with a pen and some scissors. It's entirely up to you. So what I'm going to do is I've done 4-inch squares all the way over here. And I'm going to sew them all together. So that means I'm going to lose an inch from each kind of height here, because I'm starting off with 12 inches if I just lay them out like that. Because I'm losing a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch off this side of the yellow, 1/4 and a 1/4, that's a full inch then that I've lost by the time I've sewn them all together.
Okay.
So this block will then eventually go down to 11 inches. And then what we'll do is we'll start cutting it and doing disappearing 9-patch bits with it. And then it'll go shrink down again because we've cut it and sewn it together again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you just need to bear in mind, sometimes you need to start off with much bigger than you want to finish off with. So I'm going to just keep these, try and keep these laid out.
Just remind us again of the fabric that you're using there. That's the...
So this is the 1-day special, and it's the brush strokes option.
Is that brush strokes bright? Is that bright?
It is. It's
that a bit of a mixture?
Brush strokes bright.
Right, you got the bright there. Okay.
I've mixed them up. Hang on, where am I going? There we go. This one, then the yellow, and then that one in the middle, yellow. There you go. So let me see if I can just get the machine on the end of here.
Just let people know that
Actually, Scott, do you mind doing a quick recap on them while I set the machine up?
That's fine. I can do that right now. In fact, it's perfect timing from Hayley because over 20%, the brush strokes are the first of the options that we showed you of the 8. That's part of your 1-day special. Over 20% of the brush strokes has already now been allocated. When you saw them with Hayley laid them out there, looking absolutely beautiful, aren't they? And again, and in fact, that runs across all of the different options that we've got. That you'll see that there's a lovely way that they complement. If you're going to go for a couple of the different sets, so this is the neutral. that you've got here for you with regards to your brush strokes, and they are absolutely stunning. So again, that's why I was wondering if there was a bit of a mixture in there, because you can see how this is going to work. That's the neutral in there, but when you start placing that, for example, that's the brights of the option. You know, so there's plenty in there that you'd be able to bring out from both of those that would work really, really nicely together. I mean, you've also got, again, with the brights, you've got that really vibrant sort of sunburst yellow. I mean, look at that. I mean, they are absolutely gorgeous. When you start seeing them together, you get an idea about how these are going to complement. Also, the greys. Oh, I think that's the same time I've done that one. I do apologise. Keep knocking that one down. Molly, my floor manager, is going to be, oh, get off. You ruined it. But again, the greys really do work nicely with these. Really beautiful to sort of work with. Again, there's lovely complementary pieces you might want to add to any of your other colours. So these are the brush strokes. You've got neutral and we've got the brights that is absolutely stunning. If I work down now, we've also got the floral vineyards. We've got the light here, these options. 30% of the light option has gone. Now, hopefully you can see. Let's show a lovely colour. This is beautiful. Let me show you that again so you can see that with that fine, beautiful image that's on there. I mean, they are gorgeous. They're real luxurious look to the colour, but also the lovely images that are on there with those gorgeous florals. They are beautiful. So these are the light options. If I show you the dark, which I believe, okay, over half the stock of the darks gone. Let's go with, I'm not shown actually. I know this is the dark. What's the matter?
Do tomorrow if it's half gone now.
I know. We could be in trouble. We'll have to have a street party. I want to show this one. I know it's part of the ducks.
Street that you're now creating?
Yeah, I've just created a whole fantasy street.
OK.
It's got potholes and everything, so it's like a regular street. Put the bins out on a Tuesday. No parking.
Oh, Tuesday's my normal bin day. That's perfect.
OK, we'll keep with that. Off-road parking?
Yeah, please.
Drive everywhere. OK, we'll come back to more of that. We'll fill in the gaps. If you want to be part of our, if you want to be part of our street, let us know. studio@hochanda.com. Do you want an odd or even number house? We've got the. Oh, I'm loving this. Really, do you know what? I would love a shirt made from these, because I said this earlier on. I can't drop any more hints, Hayley, but I would love.
Well, there's not enough to have it. It'll have to be a patchwork one.
Can you not?
Are you in tomorrow?
Yeah, I am in tomorrow. A patchwork shirt with all.
I don't want to commit to this.
No, I know you. I know. Everyone, email in. Say commit. Okay, start petition. Get Scott a shirt. We're bored of his checkered ones. Right, so we've got light and dark that you can see. They are absolutely beautiful. I really love those as well. Right, let's go with the mottled floral as well. Now, 20% of the... Now, just look how... If you're watching in black and white, I'm so sorry. You must be gutted, because these are just... People still watching black and white. That house on our street that we've created, that end house, you know that one, Hayley? Black and white.
35?
35.
Yeah.
And you've got a black and white TV. And then put their bins out on time.
Oh, no. There's nothing worse, is there?
4 cars on one drive. Should be a petition.
That's me, though. I'm sorry.
It's what?
I need the big drive.
She needs a big drive.
I need the big drive.
Mottled. She's still neighbour. Thin walls. And then Dipsy Floral.
He's going to be noisy. I reckon he's a noisy one.
He's got news. Right, let me just show you these. Look at these. I'm just going to try and place them so you can see these colours as well. So, as best I possibly can, because they are stunning. But when you start seeing them all together, you start to sort of see the brightness that you're getting in these colours. I mean, they are absolutely gorgeous. Now, don't forget, you'll be getting 10 half metres in each of these, which is absolutely stunning. I do love those. And the image, again, the prints are absolutely beautiful. I'm still a big fan. I know I keep coming back to the black again on this one, but there was something about just what Hayley was mentioning earlier on. There's another one as well later on that we're going to show you. There's one of them that, you know, you don't want a really massive bold, certainly ones that Hayley's got on the desk. You know the thing when you said about breaking it up a bit, Hayley?
Yeah.
Well, I really love this because, again, it's just from a distance you sort of see, right, nice, beautiful, sort of dark colour. But I love that when you see it up close and then you see the pattern come through. Absolutely beautiful. Do love those. Right, finally.
I'm fishing because we've got we've got a wonky window template, which is a brilliant one, and we often use a plain black in there, but something like that one where it's still really dark, but it's got a little bit of something to it. Like that little print on that Dipsy Floral one would be perfect for something like that kind of block.
Idea. It's such a love. I just really love it. I think it's gorgeous. Final 2 options. What's we call this one? Just dots?
Batik dots.
Batik dots. And batik florals. Batik dots. Again, I love the fact we've got floral ideas, we've got the brush strokes, we've got the dots that are going.
There's a good mixture in here.
There is a good mixture.
These are all not necessarily designed to be your feature fabric. I mean, absolutely, you can make a feature quilt from all of them if that's the style you want. Maybe you're looking at the vintage ones, the kind of the vines. If that's what you want, that's perfect. But you can easily work these with lots of other fabrics. And because you've got a nice kind of stash of a collection that will all work in, then you can take that one feature fabric where you've been struggling to get something to go with it, and it now has a little fabric family.
I like that, a little fabric family. They live at number 38. Very nice people. Always get the lights off for Christmas too early for my liking. I think June, unless they're just really late getting them down.
There's a lot of love and a lot of problems on this street. By the sounds of it.
There is. I remember when it was all fields.
Do you?
As well. And that extension, number 11, should never. They've got planning. Never got planning. Took out my view.
Oh no!
I know. Again, I'm loving the sort of the light and the darker elements in these materials. They are exactly what Hayley was talking about. They are so pretty. So, 8 options for you to go with. Across all these ones, you can see they are absolutely stunning. We do have a leader with the floral vintage darks. Sorry, vintage darks. Vineyard.
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 It's because I keep saying vintage. It's me putting you off, Scott. I'm sorry.
It is. 215.
It's all right, I'll take one for the team.
That sounds like number 7. 215.
But they've got a jacuzzi as well.
215 611 39.95, £25 off. Tell you what, you can make some lovely curtains.
Get out.
All right. 215 611. What are you doing now, Miss Hayley?
Oh, right. Well, while you were doing some lovely numbers and a lovely little recap, I stitched together the squares into rows, and now I'm just pinning those rows together to make that 9 square block. And what I'm doing, it's quite a good bit to see actually, because the better match you get on your seams, the better kind of finished result you'll get. So I'm just making sure that I get those seams exactly matched up. If I think there's a little bit of a gap or a gape, then usually you can kind of pull that flat as you go. But the more even your seam allowances are, the better kind of match up that you'll get. And that's when that little 1/4 inch one comes in really handy as well.
Oh, I see, yes, yeah.
So I'll stitch these 2 together and then put the last one on. And then we'll be able to start cutting it up and putting it back together.
On our little street.
Yes, you've run with this now, really, haven't you?
I've been thinking about this. I think it'll be one of those streets where there'll be so much love. Everyone will, everyone's clapping for the NHS on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
I think everyone will be out. I think probably an hour early, an hour afterwards. Still,
Can we have
like
a little
street,
socially distanced street party as well?
Street party, bunting.
Oh, bunting. I can sort the bunting.
Oh, yeah, I know. God, that'd be great, wouldn't it, from your house? All the bunting we need.
Unlimited bunting.
I love that. And I bet you'd have the best curtains.
And then can we have a little pantomime from you guys?
Oh, yeah.
On a Christmas.
We'll sort something out. We'll get Fiona in some sort of dress. I think we might have
it's
that kind of neighbourhood where we can put the back fences down and have a big communal garden.
Oh, right. We just haven't... What about pets? Now, if we're going to have a communal garden, I need to know what the pet situation is.
Do you want a pet or not?
Yeah, I've already got some pets.
Ducks allowed.
But what if one of the dogs... What if Janice moves in and her Jack Russell eats my duck? How are we going to resolve this?
Oh, I've not thought this far down the line. You have to give me a second on this.
OK. Have a little think about it.
Okay.
I haven't got an iron, so I'm just kind of finger pressing these open very, very quickly. And then I shall add the last one on. But you can see now, from that 4-inch square that I started with, see how much I've lost already.
Oh, yeah, right,
so you can see I've lost my 1/4 inch either side, I've lost my 1/4 inch off the top, and I'm just about to lose my 1/4 inch off the bottom as well. So just bear in mind, whatever you're, usually in a pattern, if you're going for a set pattern, it will tell you what size blocks you need. And obviously these are great because if you need a 4-inch square, then you've got a 4-inch square template.
Got you.
But if you are kind of making up your own blocks, or you want a certain size finished quilt and you want to scale something that's already there, then this can be really, really handy for doing that, having those kind of blocks ready to go. So
great.
I'm going to sew that last one on, which needs to go that way round. So I'll flip it over, pin those back in place, and if you can give me a couple of minutes.
That's fine, lovely.
Excellent.
I'll tell you what I'll do a recap on the happy... She loves a good recap. Huh? She loves a good... I can't even speak. I'm still thinking of the Duck and Dog. Oh, that's the pub. That's the local pub. I love it. The Duck and Dog, just down the end of the road. Oh, they do a mean hot pot. So the options I've got for you here. Oh, both options are limited stock now. This is on the Woodland Animals, 20 pieces we're looking at here. Green option or the pink option that we have here. £7 saving on. It's really popular. The offer is only for this hour, so that's 20 minutes. £10.99, whichever one of those you would like to go for. Or go both, really. 608 663. So really lovely deal for you. Now, the square tools that you're seeing Hayley working with, a lot of people are going for all of them, which is probably the best way, because I'm right in thinking, Hayley, that basically each one does a slight different project. As I say, one of them for dressmaking.
Well, the thing is, you can almost kind of scale things up and scale things down with these as well, because if your project, your project all starts out with maybe a 3-inch square, but you decide you want your block to be bigger, then you can start it with a 3.5, a 4, a 4.5-inch square to actually scale that block as you go. Right.
Oh, OK, great. Right, so price point here. If you're going to go for the whole lot, the Craft Yourself Silly Super Square tool set, got through that just about, then you can do with a saving of £10 and also on FlexiBuy to get them home for now just £24.98. 791-530. Also, if you want to be a part of Hayley and my new street, studio@hochanda.com, what number do you want to live at and what are you going to bring to the street? Because, we can't just have anybody moving in. So what are you going to bring? Hayley, what do you reckon?
Sorry?
Yeah?
I was dealing with the drama.
Oh.
What was the question? I was dealing with the drama. What was the question?
It's OK. I was just wondering, what are people going to bring to the party?
Oh, the party.
If they're going to come along.
See, I'm not really a cooker. Mine would have to come from the shop.
OK.
Mine would be shop bought, I'm afraid.
I think Hayley thinks we're talking about an actual party, but if you want to come to the street, what can you offer the street?
Yes, yeah. What are you bringing? What are you bringing to the street? We need some. We need. I think we need a bit of everything. We need like a Pigeon Street situation where we've got somebody who can like fix the cars and somebody who can fix the buildings.
Yeah.
And
OK, so what can you bring to our street? So if basically there was a lockdown, we will be self-contained, just on our street.
Fine then, wouldn't we?
Huh?
We'd just shut the ends of the street. We'd be self-contained.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Excellent. I love it. This is a brilliant idea, Scott.
I think it's a great idea. I think Janice would be a lovely neighbour, that Janice would pop round and say, don't forget it's bins tomorrow.
I need that, though.
I need that.
Because I'm terrible.
I always put the wrong one out. Green one when it should be the normal one.
Oh, it's just a lottery sometimes, isn't it? I just watch what everybody else is doing and do that.
By the way, can we have flats in our street as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
because
okay, so
not everybody needs a whole house, do they?
No, exactly. So if we don't mind having a flat on the street as well, and what level do you want to live at?
Right,
and,
I think what I'm going to do is next time I'm going to get a street view thing of my street, because it's a nice big long one. We'll get everybody in, and so that some of them are quite big old houses, so they can be converted into flats.
Nice.
So we don't have to have like a big block at the end. We can just have them in the houses.
I like it. I like it.
I'm going to take a picture and we'll model it on my street.
Your street?
Yeah, because it goes down to the beach,
Oh,
and then we can all live beside the seaside too.
I like it. Got a beach at the end of it?
Yeah.
And the dog and duck?
Well, now it has.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to go home.
And it's got to be closer to Peterborough than currently.
Yeah. Yes. Can it be commutable to Alden,
You feel my
please?
pain on that.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
You feel my pain on that. OK, so we started off with our 4-inch squares. They've kind of shrunk down a bit, so they're now probably about the 3.5-inch size. So let me see if I can pop this 3.5-inch out of here. There you go. Oh, spot on. There we go. So if we're going to take it down further, we'll maybe do a disappearing 9 patch. The disappearing 9 patch is where you sew your 9 patch together. This would look a lot nicer if it was properly pressed. And then you cut into it. So you cut diagonally across here and diagonally across there, or you can cut it into squares. You basically want to put it into quarters. Right. And then you're going to move those quarters around and put them back together. I think we'll go straight across. I think we'll just go straight across on this one. So, where are my big scissors? This is a good point. Where are my big scissors?
I feel like I should be filling here for you now.
Yes, you probably should be helping me out a little bit. Because I have totally lost my scissors.
Well, I'll chip in while my neighbour's looking for her. All right, the Floral Vineyard Darks, as we have here, are over 60% stock gone as well. So that's only the first hour. I've got a feeling this is going to be one that's going to sell out first. So with only 40% left, and we're only 45 minutes into the first hour, and we've got plenty more live hours to go. If you really are wanting to go for this, I'm loving this. This is like a really rich, lovely chocolate browns that are coming through with the black image.
Initially, you can think, oh well. You know, are they going to be a bit dark for me? Are they going to be something I'm going to use? Absolutely you will. They're really, really beautiful colours. And you could put them all together. As you can see there, you could easily see those all working nicely together.
Definitely.
In one design, or you can split them out into different ones.
They are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Love them. Oh, I like it again with it. And that was the sort of lovely dark chocolate brown with the black image, but that one sort of reversed with the chocolate brown. But then you've got that sort of cream with the actual design there going through.
Because it's the same pattern throughout, you'll get a lot of them where they are that. They're kind of one way round and then they're reversed to make the opposite. But doesn't that sort of
really lend itself even more so to marrying up there on the project?
Yeah, absolutely. Really it makes it even easier to match them into bundles when they are like that.
I love that.
Right, this is not the most accurate of my cutting, but it will have to do because I've now found my scissors and I'm in a rush.
Just while you're cutting that, just to let you know, Paola is in one of the other sets in the studio right now as well, and she's getting ready, by the way. Paola, which number house do you want to live at on our street?
Ooh, 19.
Number 19?
Yes.
Just her age? Is that okay?
Yes.
Right.
Number 6, please.
You're number 6?
Yes.
And you're number 19?
Yeah.
Different sides of the street, just so you know, odd and even.
Well, that's okay. We can wave at each other.
Right.
You don't know the story. We do hate each other.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm right in the middle of something here. Now, who was that? Trish. Evening, Trish. Oh, Trish is going to move in to our street as well. She's going to be the child and pet sitter.
Awesome. That's good.
And she's also good at organising parties, so we'll put you at number 20.
We're going to have to write this down. Are you in tomorrow, Scott?
And who was that, sorry? Cheryl, lovely. Welcome to the street, Cheryl. And Cheryl is a nurse. So she's good for all the first aid. And her son's a mechanic.
They're in.
They can have a granny flat. Little granny flat.
Oh, you mean a house with a nice.
I'm liking that as well. I'm liking that. So I'll tell you what, there's only 40 houses up for grabs. It's very elite. So we've already got quite a few taken up. I love the idea that Paola's next to the party house. We're going to have to get a diagram.
You realise we're going to have to get some kind of whiteboard.
We are going to have to work on
just
this.
Start marking it all in.
Studio@hochanda.com if you'd like to be part of our lovely, imaginary, virtual, but I think it's got legs, street.
OK, you ready?
Oh, sorry, hang on, the other neighbour. Noisy neighbour from next door's kicking in.
Okay.
What was that, Paola?
No, can you do the summer
I don't know what she's doing.
The bunting, the summer parties,
Yeah,
Paola?
I'm in charge of bunting.
So,
we're all good. You can do invites.
All right.
It's got out of control already, hasn't it?
I wish I had double glazing.
You'll need triple for the racket that's going to go on here.
I think you might find this one at number 4 away for most weekends. Down the dog and duck. How are we doing?
OK, so it's all sewn together and now it's chopped apart again, which seems bonkers to do, but it works really, really well because if you just take 2 of these and swap them, then you can start creating even more patterns.
Oh, I see.
And this is when, especially if you're working in smaller blocks, these little blender patterns really come into themselves because even that really small part there has still got quite a lot of interest in it. So I'm going to, again, sew this back together. So I'm going to pop that one onto there and that one onto there, get those sewn together and then sew the 2 back in place.
Do you know, it never does seem to amaze me for when you start working in quilting blocks like this and you start putting them all together, but just literally, once you've got those cut through as they would be, just changing those 2 around, Hayley, you completely change The whole, I love that design change as well, which is
Make it
lovely.
look like it's a lot more complex than it would normally be, because you could cut loads of little shapes and sew loads of little shapes together to get that, or you could do just what we've done there, sew it together, chop it apart, sew it back together again.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And it does seem bonkers initially to have spent time sewing it together to then cut it apart again.
Yeah.
But it does kind of save you time in the long run.
Got you. No, that's great. Just while you're sewing, Ivy has just bought plot number 22. You'll like this. She's a fire performer and face painter. Hello.
That's the kind of skills we need in our streets.
Any firefighters want to move in? Number 7's gone. Elaine's going to move in there. She's a photographer. Oh,
Lovely.
I'm loving that. I'm loving that. We're going to go through the whole street. 40 houses up for grabs on our plot. You can go for. Who?
A gardener. We need a gardener.
Oh, we do need a gardener. If you're a gardener, let us know. Because it could be one massive, big garden we've got going on there, by the way. Just out of all these, by the way, who's going to have the showroom at number 1?
Oh.
You've always got a show house at number 1, haven't you? Molly, do you want that one? No, she said no.
Do you want one of the flats?
No, she's just moved out of the area, Molly has. She's just seen the rebel that I've just moved in. Fire eaters and mechanics.
Do you want one of the flats? Yeah. OK, she's going to have one of the flats.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's nice. Ground floor. Don't do lifts, do you? No. Doesn't do lifts. Yeah, let us know. Studio at Hochanda. And this is a great game.
We've made you started it. We just jumped on the bandwagon here.
We'll carry this on at 8, but it all started from a simple movement of me pretending to spy on the neighbour through the fabric curtains. And before you know it, only 4 minutes left on the show, and 60% of everything's nearly gone. So it's quite bad. We've only got 4 minutes left,
I know.
Hayley.
Well, I'll finish this off in the next hour then, because all I'm going to do is sew that back together, and then the next thing I would do is then trim my block down. So get it back into a perfect square so it's easier to sew onto the next one, because some of my cutting was not the straightest it could have been. So I'll get a proper iron, I'll get this all sewn together, get it ironed, and then we'll cut it into a proper block.
OK, mate, thank you. That is absolutely brilliant.
I'll
tell you what we'll do.
And we'll see if we can get a little map started.
Can we do this?
Could we make houses from the fabrics and then just stick them on the back wall with blue tack? And
I
then
don't know.
put
Let me
people's
ask that
names on
question
them?
to you. Can we make houses from the fabrics?
I've got squares,
Right.
so we can make houses.
I'm liking this.
Let's do it.
I'm liking this.
We've
Well,
abandoned all the demos and now we're making a fabric street.
Oh, what has lockdown done to us? I'm just here. We're happily plotting a virtual street. That can never happen, but in our minds, we wish it would. Let me just give you very quickly the rundown of what you're getting for the one-day special. 10.5 metres, and we've got 8 options that you can choose those 10.5 metres in. Starting off with, which is one of the sets, of course, of the options that Hayley's been working with, which is the brushed strokes.
Yes, this is the brush strokes. You've got your neutrals or your kind of bright option as well.
Let me just hold one straight out so we could... Oh, keep doing it. Don't tell Molly, the floor manager.
You've just told her.
Nothing? And she lives on my street now. Over a quarter of... This is
we'll
the
put her up
neutrals.
the other end from you.
Huh?
I think your mess will antagonise her. We'll put you up the other end.
Don't start picking on me now, everybody.
Which number are you at?
You didn't have a street to live until an hour ago.
Number 6, are you 8 or 4?
I'm number 4.
You're number 4, OK. Just checking.
I've got a gravel driveway.
Have you?
Yeah. Thank you. Right, and... right, I've done that one. Right.
This is Floral Vineyard Lights.
Thank you.
No problem. And
a third of the stock has gone here.
I mean, these are beautiful, and they would work equally well if you used them, the 2 bundles together, the lights and the darks together, or you could use them separately. It's they're just beautiful options. And I think the dark one, especially now it's coming to winter, you know, they're really kind of nice, warm winter quilt colours.
70% of the stock of the darks has gone. 70. So really is flying out. And in fact, maybe a stock update at 8 o'clock to say that that's gone if we're not careful. So please, if you do have your heart set on it, grab it whilst you can. Right, I've got about 60 seconds.
To do all of the rest of them.
Yeah.
Quick then.
Mottled Florals.
Yes, so that is that one with, you know, you've got a nice mixture in there of kind of natural colours and some real brights in there. So you've got that nice print that goes from dark to light on the background and dark to light in the foreground as well. You've got
Dipsy
your
Floral.
Dipsy Floral, so some really nice punchy bright colours in here, and a nice tiny pattern which is brilliant for your bindings and your edgings.
Loving that. And final two options, we have got Batik
Yeah, so these are
dots.
both your batik collections. They're both the same kind of colourway, so you're getting the same colours in each of them, but one's got the mottled background with the little dots on, and one's got the mottled background with a like light floral. It's almost like it's a bleached out floral print.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. It's, to be honest with you, it is really busy right across the whole board of all of their 8 options. $19.98, they're your 2 options, or your 2 payments for you, of course, your FlexiBuy, 215611. So it's a really busy launch, don't forget. We are back again at 8 p.m. with another live show to take you through. So, but Hayley and myself, thank you for this hour, Hayley.
Thank you,
Been lots
Scott.
of
I've had a lovely time.
Lovely neighbour, lovely neighbour. Bit noisy at the weekend, but lovely neighbour. Hopefully you'll come back and join us at 8 o'clock for this, but we've got more on the other side of this with my other neighbour.